What are the most dangerous self-defense techniques with a walking cane? So using your walking cane, what techniques you're going to use to stop the attack? Stop a bigger opponent, multiple attackers, stop a violent assault, an assault with some type of weapon. What are the most dangerous self-defense techniques that you can use to defend yourself using your self-defense walking cane? I will be using this Cane Master's cane, which is built specifically for self-defense. It's a self-defense cane, which is also an everyday carry cane. It's a mobility cane. It is a medical device, meaning that you can take it anywhere and everywhere you go. First technique I want to talk about is the thrust. Either a one-handed thrust or a two-handed thrust. Pushing this way or pushing this way, either way doesn't matter. Coming in this way, they're all thrusting techniques. The first question to ask yourself is, what can you remove or destroy on the attacker? The person who's trying to attack you, to hurt you, to take something from you, take your dignity, your life, take your freedom to move about your space in your life. You can remove their ability to see you, breathe temporarily, permanently, or through the throat, right? That's fatal. Coming through here, the ability for them to walk around and hurt somebody else like they're trying to hurt you. So using the thrusting technique, and I'm going to show you how to get into it, that's the first of the most dangerous self-defense techniques you can use with a self-defense walking cane, and especially if you use one like this made out of a very hard material. This one's oak. This is designed for self-defense. We're going to use this bag. You can point the tip of the walking cane. You're supporting the hand back here, and you can simply thrust. Again, think about what can you remove or destroy. What are your targets? Target acquisition. You're going to target on your opponent, on the person who's trying to hurt you. You're going to take out their ability to see, breathe, move, stand, all with this thrusting motion. You can do it with one hand with the crook facing out. So you simply get it here, stepping in a thrust. Maybe it's down here, here. That is a very dangerous technique. It's dangerous to them. It's very safe for you. You can also have this cane in your hand just like you would walk down the street in the traditional way, with the long side coming out of your thumb, and pull your wrist into this position. Getting it here, you can quickly thrust up and in, going into the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the throat, into the solar plexus, down into the groin, into that thin fascia, that thin muscle that holds your guts in, and put somebody on the ground. It can tear all that. It can be fatal. That's why it's one of the most dangerous self-defense techniques you can use using your walking cane or your walking stick. So going through the throat, there's no coming back from that. This will very quickly not penetrate, but crush the cartilage, making them asphyxiate and die. This is all self-defense. It's not pretty, it's ugly. I'm gonna drop the camera just a little bit. So the thrust is number one. You can have the cane in this position, using it with one hand, and you can also bring that thrust straight into the eyes, nose, mouth, throat to target those areas that create the most damage. That's why it's one of the most dangerous self-defense techniques you can use using your walking cane. Number two is this shoving motion, using the bar of your walking cane, the bar of, in this case, oak. And I don't know if you can see this way, it's a teardrop shape. Let me take the tip off. See how it's shaped with that V, upside down V there? That makes it a teardrop, makes it almost like a dull blade of a sword. So that means this can come through and create maximum amounts of damage, especially when you're thrusting this way. Now, one of the most dangerous things that you can do with your walking cane, one of the most dangerous techniques for self-defense with the walking cane, is taking that concentrated force from your body and sticking it through their face. The skull can fracture and break. The nose gets smashed into their face. Their eyes go back in their head, hit the bone back there, pops out, goes in through their teeth. Teeth come out of their throat, in through the throat, crushing the windpipe, asphyxiate, they're done. That's one of the most dangerous things that you can do. Dangerous self-defense techniques using your walking cane. And it doesn't have to have this Cane Master's bar there, this teardrop shape. It doesn't have to be made that way. You can be using a wooden cane, a metal cane, any type of material. It can be round, it can be octagonal, it can be square, but you just hold it in two hands like you're gonna do a push-up, and you shove them back, get them out of your face. If this is the threat, and I come straight through, I generate maximum amounts of force, pushing from here to here. Anytime you move your body in at the same time by taking that small step with the back foot and the front foot, you're going to generate forcing all that power in and destroy things. And that's why it's one of the most dangerous self-defense techniques you can use, using your walking cane for self-defense. Just coming in, holding two hands, simply thrusting. The third thing that you're going to do is slice down and through, or sideways and through, or up and through. And the through part is very important. Think about what you're targeting. You're going to go for joints in this case. You're going to go for the temple. You're going into the neck, into that jawbone, right where the jaw comes into the skull. You're going into the ribs, into the knee or the thigh or the lower leg to destroy bone. The wood will seek bone, right? That's the saying. This teardrop shape on this Cane Master's cane will go in and create even more damage than a traditional cane, but any cane is going to be very effective, and you're going to have one of the most dangerous techniques, self-defense techniques that you can use with a walking cane is going to be this slashing, slicing. You can even bring it straight down on top, right there on the forehead, cracking open the skull for self-defense. These are very dangerous self-defense strikes using your walking cane, and you can do it with one hand and with two hands. Let's say this question comes up all the time. What if you have the cane here interrupting their line of sight and they reach out and grab that cane? You put your other hand on your cane. They're holding the tip. That's all right. You can now turn and thrust into them. You can simply push down if you're strong enough. A lot of times you will be. Or watch this. This is the secret technique. Secret most people will never show you because they don't know it. I don't know if they know it, and I don't know why nobody shows it. Let's say he's holding on to my cane. I put that other hand here. I'm going to step, and as I step, I bring the back hand forward. Now, this becomes your pivot point, this hand that's in the middle. The back hand creates, you have this leverage, uses the force and the power of the leverage to rip it straight out of his hand. And even, he might still be holding it as his hand goes like this, and that big nasty knuckle, that big fist, that big crook is going to come slashing right through his jaw, into his eye, into his neck. That's one of the most dangerous self-defense techniques using a walking cane. If he grabs the tip, you put your other hand and you step. You have to step. If you don't step, it's not going to work. You're not going to be strong enough this way, but this way you're stronger because your whole body is stronger than his arm, stronger than his grip. He might have a big, strong arm. He might have two strong arms, stronger than yours, but your body will always be bigger than his two strong arms. When you take that step and you use your body to turn into and strike right across his face using the crook. Now, the next one of the most dangerous techniques that you can use with your walking cane is going to be jabbing with the backside. And the reason this is going to work, this is the Cane Master's cane in oak. It means it's very hard. They also make this in hickory for like $6 more. Go for hickory. I used to be an oak fan until I got the hickory in my other weapons, and now I love hickory. It's heavier, and it is just so much stronger. It's flexible too. Oak is just as good. Oak or hickory, they're both good. And $6 difference, right? Get one of each. Or buy one from the CVS pharmacy and start with that. Or make your own. I don't care, but get started training. From here, I'm going to thrust right into your nose with this jabbing motion. Just like a boxer's going to jab to the face, you can bring it in, hooking to the side, right, into the ribs. This is how it works. This is why it works. That hard piece of material is stronger than your fist. That is targeting. You're aiming for eyes, nose, teeth, throat, neck, jaw, ear. And when you target ribs, right? Plus any of the joints, go for the joints. Break the joint for self-defense. When you're targeting that, it doesn't have to be as strong of a strike as another strike. So people make this mistake all the time. They practice doing the thrust either on a target or in the air, and they say, well, that's not a very strong strike. That's not a strong strike. But I promise you, when you stick that in his face, smashing everything, it's going to be strong enough. It's going to be strong enough to create distance, to cause blood to come out of their face, teeth to come out of their mouth, right? Their eyes are going to water. You can crush the throat under just single digits of pounds of pressure. 8 pounds of pressure, 10 pounds, 12 pounds, depending on the person. You can crush that. You can generate that easily with this. So you can create a lot of damage. This is one of the most dangerous self-defense techniques you can use with your walking cane, which is just jabbing straight in, hooking around, coming into the body, which brings me to one of my favorites, which is this part of this cane. This cane is a special cane, but all of the Cane Master canes come with some kind of bevel here on the end. So you have it in oak or you have it in hickory, and then this tip right there, that's not gonna move very much. That's gonna rip all of the stuff across their face, the eye out of the head, into the ear, rip their ear right off their head, coming through all that neck meat. You're gonna press all that neck meat, ripping into that the veins, the arteries, all that stuff in there, going across the chest. So that becomes one of the most dangerous techniques you can use with your walking cane for self-defense, which is just sliding here. And again, you can do it, hello David, you can do it with one hand and you can do it with 2 hands. Raking with the crook in through the flesh of the body is one of the most dangerous techniques you can use with your walking cane. And again, you can do it with one hand, turn it, get the other hand there, and just ripping, right? Ripping everything across the face, across the body, into the ribs. And think about what's in there. All the ribs right there, there's the intercostal muscles, the nerves are close to the surface, that skin is thin. A lot of people don't have a lot of meat there. They do have the ribs, and right behind the ribs are the lungs. That will penetrate. It's not like a knife. It's not gonna go in and rip them open, but it's going to do a lot of damage as it comes through. It's gonna get stuck, and it's gonna pull, and it's gonna rip muscle away from bone. It's going to break things. It's gonna separate things. Good afternoon, Matthew. It's good to see you. So use that for one of the most dangerous techniques you can use using the walking cane. So let's quickly review. You've got thrusting with one hand and with 2 hands. You've got this shoving, and especially with this Cane Master's cane where you have that bar of wood there and it's concentrated because it's got that teardrop shape. That does a lot of damage, extremely strong, and you're going through soft targets. What can you remove or destroy? Their ability to see, breathe, all that stuff. Yeah, this is a pretty cool cane. This is fun. The eyeball, I could do without the eyeballs. Although they've grown on me, now I look for the eyes when I come in because they shine at night. I'm going through here. You can come through. The next most dangerous technique is slashing, slicing. Think of angles down, think of angles up, right? Think of coming across horizontally to the head, to the neck, to the body, down to the knees. Think of coming straight down. You can even bring it straight up and under their chin. And that becomes one of the most dangerous techniques you could do, self-defense techniques, with a walking cane, and then using the other end to jab with. Coming through, and the key here, the principle here, why it's one of the most dangerous techniques for self-defense using a walking cane, is that the hard material of your walking cane is stronger than anything on his face or his throat, his eyes, right? Solar plexus. So you're aiming, you're striking there, you'll destroy, you can crush the cartilage, you can shatter his cheekbones, you shatter that orbital bone, you can swell that eye shut. Very quick, you can box it into the ear. You can come and hit that process in the neck that takes all the blood out of the brain, he goes unconscious. So it's a very dangerous technique, self-defense using the walking cane. And then finally, my favorite, the nastiest one, the crook. When you gotta get down and dirty, take his eyes out of his head. For self-defense, right? Coming with one hand or coming with 2 hands. It's very effective. Just reach up, stick it in some muscle and pull it off. Pull it back to you. Reach up, stick it in some soft facial tissue and rip it across for self-defense. Very effective. Even if you don't have this type of bevel on the end on your self-defense cane or your walking cane, if you don't have a Cane Master's cane, that's fine. This still works. We've tried it with a regular cane, sticking it into the skin and pushing it across. It's not, I mean, this one I'm not even gonna play with. When I put that in there, I can feel it going between the muscle fibers. And if I rip that, I'm in big trouble. I'm gonna have a serious injury. He's gonna have a serious injury when I use that for self-defense. But a regular walking cane, which is rounded on the end or flat on the end, will also create a lot of damage. And if you stick it on their face, again, that's the beauty of using a self-defense tool. Hello, Albert, is that you can create maximum amount of force and concentrate it all on a small tip. So however strong your body is, and look at this. These are my arms moving. This is my whole body turning. Always turn your body, shoulders and hips, stomach up and in. Hello, Sensei Emmett. It's good to see you. You're turning and you're raking across. Rake across, go for soft tissue. Hard to soft is always the principle of martial arts. Soft to hard, hard to soft. Hard, soft, right in his face. Take the teeth out of his mouth for self-defense. Those are the basic principles of self-defense. When you think about what can you remove or destroy, almost any technique becomes the most dangerous self-defense technique, using your walking cane. I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. The air conditioner is broken. It's 92 degrees in here. I've got classes tonight. I'm waiting to see if the HVAC guy gets here and if my students are game or not. I'm working out either way. It's nice and hot. It's like working on a